Hey guys, has this lockdown made you lose track of your fitness goals? Are you starting your resolution for 2021 and you want to lose weight but need some help? Introducing my affordable workout plans for men and women. With packages starting at $5, this offer can't be beat. Go to radicallatino.com to find out more. Hey guys, do you have a product you want more eyes on? Advertise with the Radical Latino Show with over 10K podcast downloads and the number 25 spot on the 55 All Latin podcast list. You'll want your product heard on everyone's phones and cars. Go to radicallatino.com/contacts and start advertising today.
Playing the Radical Latino Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands in the air for New York's very own.
Latino is taking you to another level.
I think there's more radicals than Stevo. Radical Latino, you're buffing it. The radical point of views, I think his views are actually more dangerous.
Hear that? It's like the post in the street. A hole in the chest.
Yo! What up, my people? Welcome back to another episode of the Radical Latino Show. It's your host, the Radical Latino, aka number 17 on all Latin podcasts, aka number 24 on all Bronx influencers and YouTube Bronx influencers list, and Mr. Unsuable for 47 weeks running. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a great week. I hope everybody's having a great day. I know there's plenty of places that is opening up, plenty of places that is closing back down. So I want to just say I definitely feel y'all on the trials and tribulations that you guys are facing. You know what I mean? So shout out to all my new subscribers. Shout out to all my new listeners. Really quickly. For those who don't know, or for those who were unaware or whatever, the link to my merch store, is fixed. It's finally fixed. The link is going to be on the description down below, or if this is a podcast app, on the details sections of the podcast. The link is going to be right there. Go to the link. It works. And I have a lot of merch for you guys that you guys will definitely like. Okay, it's in my DNA. And you know, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Mexican, Brazil, Haiti, Ecuador, you know, the flags and the statement, it's in my DNA, you know what I mean? Also, I got the Latin Unity ones with the fist and all the flags, but with a little twist now, with the words Todos Unidos, everybody united. On the side, I got sweatpants. I also got shorts for the ladies. I also got leggings for the ladies. You know, I definitely got more designs there. Definitely go check that out. And it's because it was supposed to be a summer run for 3 months, and it was initially, you know, late because of the whole thing that happened with the link or whatever the case is. I am going to have it all the way to the middle of October. So I know this is going to be a little unconventional, and I'm sorry for that, but this run is going to be all the way into the middle of October. So definitely go cop those shirts. I'm telling you, you guys are not going to be disappointed. And when you guys cop it, hit me up on Instagram and Twitter with the picture of y'all shirt, you know, radical_Latino_ on both social media apps. Now, couple of things. Shout out to my new subscribers, because I'm seeing my subscriber count go up on YouTube, and also I see my subscriber count go up on the podcast side. I'm gonna be starting a new scheduled stream soon. I'm gonna start it maybe this week or next week. I'm gonna play around with it, but it's always gonna be every Saturday and Monday. Now this is what it's gonna do. Every Saturday I'm gonna be streaming on YouTube. Every Monday, I'm gonna be streaming on Instagram. So definitely look out for that. You guys do not want to miss that. Now, something different as well. I'm gonna start streaming on Twitch simultaneously, you know, while I'm on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be streaming on both. So I'm working on creating a Twitch account, and hopefully the audience will, you know, will grow a little bit more with me creating a Twitch account. So definitely look out for that. Now, I did a recent live stream a couple of days ago, you know, and the initial response to it was, you know, was positive. It's getting a little negative, but mostly positive. And it was basically a response to some of the things that were that was happening with certain people and their talking points. For example, Kim had a live stream that OG Del Rancho joined and almost everybody else joined, you know, and they put it upon themselves to basically dog black women now, and not only black women but all black people, you know what I'm saying? And they were saying foul nasty things about black people in general. Like for example, one of the things about black women, Rancho said that black women are lower at the totem pole of women, which is not true. So I was like, okay. And because he was basically going in and Kim was joining into it, his base pretty much saw like, wait a minute, Kim, I thought you were riding for us, you know what I'm saying? And Kim showed his true colors. You feel me? Kim definitely showed his true colors, and I'm glad that people are starting to see his true colors, because this is who he was all the time. This is who he was right in the beginning. So it isn't no secret. You know what I mean? It isn't no secret. So the fact that now some of the people, you know, were turning on him, and now they basically was shutting his stream down. You know, I wanted to basically go out there and basically just say the things that, you know, correct all the BS, you know, because we can't be having people like this around saying a bunch of buffoonery. We can't have these type of people around saying a bunch of nonsense that isn't true, you know. So part of being on code is checking your people and pulling their code, you know what I'm saying? That's what part being on code is. So because of that, you know, I made the stream because what Eddie basically said, and I basically put the facts out. You know, this is what the single mother rate is. This is what, you know, this is what that is. You know, I was putting everything out, and I'm glad people found that helpful, and I was debunking everything that OG was basically saying, because let's keep it real, OG, he's a clown. This dude's a clown, and the fact that he literally went on that stream just talking nonsense and saying, oh no, I'm not a racist, but yet he always claims to be like, well, I can say what I gotta say because I'm married to a black woman. I thought you didn't believe in race, bro. You know what I'm saying? I really thought you didn't believe in race. Like, what happened? You feel me? So that was basic. So I just made sure I went in there and cut all the bullshit off. Because my thing is, you're not gonna attack black women. You feel me? You're not gonna attack black men. You're not gonna attack black women. Nor will anybody. I will allow nobody to attack Latinas or Latinos. You feel me? So, as an ally, I feel like I have to you know, at least defend, you know, who I'm allying for and who I'm representing for. You know what I'm saying? That's to me, that's as fair as it goes, you know. But mind you, this person claims to be an ethnicist and all this other BS, you know. Blasey blah. Now let's read some of the comments for last week's episode. This is episode 150. You know what I'm saying? Last week's episode was episode 149, which was divorcing from white people's comfort, right? And if you guys want me to read your comments under this episode, go to my YouTube channel, Radical Latino on YouTube. Go under the episode on this, you know, on this episode, and write your comments, and I will definitely read them next week. Raymond said, what's the Voodoo Council? Where did it come from and where did it get started? Voodoo Council basically was this thing that people from the opposite camp were labeling us the Voodoo Council because, you know, we're not anti-black, you know what I mean? So they automatically, there was like, oh, so you guys just practice voodoo and you guys are the Voodoo Council, all this other BS, right? So that's what they labeled us, the Voodoo Council. So I just took that and flipped it into a positive, saying, okay, yeah, we are the Voodoo Council. So here it goes. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it came from. Decolonize said, I've made the best decision to name my channel Decolonize. Also having a picture of our hero Emiliano Espaza. Shout out to you. Nice video, brother. Radical, being unapologetic is the key. Also, other people go out of their way to make white folks comfortable. Unfortunately, I've seen and witnessed it from my own members of my family. Also, I refuse to talk about race with white folks. Honestly, 100% true. And I think that's how we should be moving. That's how we should be going, because the whole point of, you know, decolonizing yourself is breaking away from white people's comfort. Don't go into race talks or race relations 101 with white folks. They know it. They invented it. They play dumb with us. They play dumb with us. And we gotta be perfectly aware that they're not dumb. They go based on the notion of us not knowing anything. You know what I mean? Random says, I saw it. That black lady didn't do her part correctly either. She should have engaged the cops and shown them the video. She didn't seem to want to do anything of the sort. I don't know about that, because if she would have showed the video, I don't think she would have gotten any far. These people probably would have been like, yeah, I don't want to see it, I could care less. You know what I mean? I seen that happen. Okay, so he goes on and says, by the way, Rad, this is a very deep one right here. I've noticed that your steady progress of growth just within the past year, bro. Your knowledge and intellect is really start to become your outfit. Good effing job. Keep it up, boss man. Thank you very much. Shout out to Random. Thank you. And I think I got somebody new here. Jam Love 954 said, thank you for using your platform to educate people and promote black and brown unity, sir. This is a timely video for me and is increasingly looking to not only divest from comforting these people, but also actively trying to support black and brown businesses as much as I can. I've just had enough from the gaslighting and the profiling, assaulting on our bodies. It is mind games every day, I swear, but the dangers of the bodily harm looms as well. My fiance is Cuban, shout out to him, and I worry about him coming over here and experiencing prejudice, even though he will have opportunities here. Again, thank you for speaking out. Shout out to you and shout out to your relationship. Yes, that's very true. And I'm glad that I'm educating you and you're finding a good space here. That's absolutely true. You know, even when immigrants come here, you know, they do they do get privileges and certain, set asides because they are non-black Americans. This is something that we have to keep it real. And this is not something that Latin people came up with. This is something that the system of white supremacy came up with. Why? To cause infighting. And this is something that we just have to be 100% honest about, And it's no shaming or anything like that. It's something we can't control. So it is what it is. Johnny Mills says, Radical Latino, these white supremacy hates the fact that we are waking up and they cannot stand for it. I don't care about how they feel. 100%. Yo, this is something I've even spoke to Q about. Me and Q, we be speaking on Instagram, and she says the age of Aquarius, and I'm starting to believe that she's 100% true, right about that, because the age of Aquarius, because I do see there is an awakening happening. I see that there's an awakening happening every day, and I see that there's an awakening coming from the side of black and brown, and fortunate enough that I'm actually seeing brown people are waking up and choosing to unite with black folks, because this is something that we have to be 100% real about. Black people are the poster childs of rebellion, of fighting, of enough is enough. I'm gonna get what I need to get on my own, and if you don't like it, get out my way. This is what black people are, and this is not a stab at them. This is showing their strength and showing how strategic black people have become, and are. So because of that, yes, you are going to align with a group that have been doing this for the longest, and is going to show us this is how you do it. So yeah, I am seeing that, So shout out to all the people that commented. Remember, if you want to leave a comment and you want me to read it next week, remember, on my YouTube, just on the comment section, write your comments, and I will definitely read it for next week's episode. Now, moving on to my first topic, the Democratic Party pandering to the Latino community. Now, this is what I mean by it. Nancy Pelosi, for those who don't know, she is the Speaker of the Democratic Party. Nancy Pelosi was asked a question during a brief meeting, right? She was asked a question, and she basically, answered it however she answered it. But in that answering it, I've noticed something. I noticed something about how she answered it, and I saw it as, oh man, she's pandering. And this is something that I've always said. Latin people, we are going to become the new pandering party, because black people are waking up to the fact that if these politicians aren't going to give us anything tangible, there's no reason to vote whatsoever. Latin people, we have not waken up from that. We really still think that the Democratic Party is here to help us. So to them, they said, oh, screw that. We're not going to give black folks anything. So we're going to pander to the next best thing, Latin people. And we should not be allowing that. We should not be allowing that. Hear it here first. We should not be allowing that and letting them think that Latin people are going to be the next people that they're going to pander, that they're going to jive with, that they're going to put statues of Guadalupe up as a way to okay, see, race relations is better. No. This is not something that we should be allowing. And we should be speaking out on this. You feel what I'm saying? We should be speaking, because we're not going to get nothing by them pandering to us whatsoever. We should be speaking out about this. You feel me? And the fact that they think that it's okay for them to do that is disrespectful. It's disrespectful to the black community and disrespectful to us. Because they rather pander to us than not pay reparations. You feel what I'm saying? But this is what Nancy Pelosi said. Check this out.
As for the rightward shift of Latino voters in the 2020 election, and should the Democratic Party be preparing to appeal to the demographic differently in the midterm?
Well, you want to talk politics? Yeah, obviously the Latino community is the future of America. If you actually study the numbers, there was a very strong vote for Joe Biden in that. The message, part of our issue in the last election was that we could not go door to door. We could not go door to door to get out the vote. We will be able to go out to door next. But regardless of that, we should be paying a great deal of attention. And I'm so proud of our Congressional Hispanic Caucus for the work that they do in the Congress to bring the concerns of the community into a priority place in our debate and our discussion, and that their communication is helpful to us to understand more fully what some of the issues are. Some of the issues are newer issues to the discussion. The Latino community is a young population. It's a young population, and we really have to reach out better to young people as well as the Latino community. But I have to go to the floor because I have...
Okay, so you guys heard what she said, right? You guys heard what she said. Wow. Okay. So first of all, she couldn't even answer what some of our issues are. She couldn't. She couldn't answer what some of our issues are. She said some of our issues are, well, we're a new population. No, we're not. Our population is not new whatsoever. She couldn't answer that. And the Hispanic, the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, what are they doing to bring our issues to the table? What the Congressional Hispanic Caucus is, it's just a bunch of old people collecting a check. That's what they are. A bunch of old people collecting a check, because they're not really talking about our issue. This is what these politicians do and talk about our issues. You guys ready? Immigration rights, immigration rights, immigration rights, and that's it. No. Well, first of all, we are not the only people who experience immigration here in this country. If you guys look at the numbers, the majority of immigrants are Asians. Those are the majority, and the biggest who are coming into this country are Asians, to the point that they even said in 2030 they're going to be the majority of people, of immigrants who are illegal and legal in this country. So what are they talking about? No, she is completely off base and does not know what she is talking about. The question basically was, what is the Democratic Party going to do in the midterm elections to get Latinos to vote? And what is she talking about? Well, we got to get, it's a young population, it's a young thing, and we got to get the young voters. What? What are you talking about? Dude, what are you talking about? This is a perfect example of these people not knowing nothing about our population, because they're not here in the streets. They're not here actually. These are some of the issues that we're facing. Police brutality. Wow, same thing as black folks. Oh my God. Another issue. High unemployment rate. Wow, the same thing as black folks. Oh my God. Income in households, low income in households. Oh my God, same thing as health issues. Literally everything that's affecting the black community is affecting the Latin. You know why? Because we are the same. Literally, we are the same. We are the same. I'm telling you right now, the community that's not facing this, Asians are not facing this. Asians are perfectly fine. You have not seen no homeless Asian man outside up in New York City asking for money. I've seen black and Latin people. You know what I'm saying? The Albanian community, they're good. The Russian community, they're good. The Jewish community, they're good. I have not seen a homeless Jewish dude with a yarmulke asking for handouts. I have not seen that. They're good. Again, these Democratic politicians don't know what is our issue. And immigration isn't one of them. You know why? Because this goes back to the whole thing about letting people just be immigrants. Y'all just a bunch of immigrants. Immigrant. No, that's not true. That's not true whatsoever, because the numbers show that that's false. The numbers show that Asians are the most biggest immigrant group in America. And by the year 2030, they're going to be the majority. So we got to keep it real. And guess who the Asians are going to always hook up with? White folks. That's who Asians are going to hook up with. White folks. So we just got another immigrant white class coming in as the majority. That's basically what it is. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. Let's cut the buffoonery and keep it real. Now, going into my next topic, Logan Paul and his woke message. What do I mean by that? Well, Logan Paul decided to talk about race in his latest podcast episode, but it got some of the white folks around him a little pissed off. I wonder why. This is what Logan Paul basically had to say. Check this out.
And this is all coming from things I've learned, personal experiences, and finally I feel at a good spot in my life where I can speak up and speak with my chest out, my chin up. America is racist. Listen carefully to what I said. America is racist. I did not say Americans, although there is definitely an embarrassingly large amount of Americans with the archaic belief that superiority is based on skin color. However, I'm talking about America as a nation. We are all incredibly unaware of how deeply intertwined the ugly roots of racism have embedded themselves in the foundation of this country. Every influencer, every celebrity you follow, you've seen them use the term systemic or systematic racism in their posts, but I'm going to explain to you exactly what that means. 13th Amendment, 1864, slavery is abolished. Problem solved, right? Not quite. There is a criminality clause conveniently nestled in that amendment that says, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States, or any place subject to their jurisdiction. So you're free, unless you're a criminal. Best way to keep blacks as slaves legally is criminalize them. Keep them in prison, take their freedom. It's a term that's been coined mass incarceration. And it's evident in the statistics. America itself is responsible for 21% of the world's entire prison population, of which 1/3 are African Americans. Additionally, 1 in 3 black men have the chance of going to jail in their life, and that number is 1 in 17 for white men. Blacks are incarcerated at more than 5 times the rate of whites. This is me citing the NAACP. That is not good enough for America, though. So what's another way to ensure inequality legally? Segregation. Jim Crow laws, which enforced racial segregation through the mid-1960s. Bro, the mid-1960s. That is my parents' generation. That is how close we still are to all of this fuckery. And not to mention the prominent yet not so blaring nuanced nature of elected officials to keep the marginalized oppressed, from Nixon to Reagan to Clinton to Bush. Whether you are aware of it or not, it's evident in the media, propaganda, our education system, literally everything. The historical narrative of the black man, or virtually any non-white group but profoundly African Americans, has not been one of equality or fairness. For the longest time, I was afraid to speak up because I thought I'd piss people off, because I'm politically ignorant, and even because of my polarizing nature. I have made reprehensible mistakes in the past. So who the fuck am I to suggest a way to better and progress humanity? That was what I thought. This past weekend, I found the answer to that question. Who the fuck am I to better and progress humanity? I am a human. I'm just like you. I'm just like you. And I'm just like you. I am a human who's made mistakes. I've learned from them, and I've worked hard to educate myself and create a better future for me, my friends, my future children, and the world around me. It's 2020, and I'm sure I'll make more mistakes in my life, but one mistake that I refuse to be a part of is the mistake of silence. I will not be a part of a generation that is written on the wrong side of history, and I will not stand by as my fellow humans are brutally and unjustifiably murdered at the hand of the state or any oppressor. Listen closely. One of my biggest learnings from all of this, and I'm embarrassed that it's taken me 25 years to realize this. It is not enough to be not racist. You have to be anti-racist.
Yes.
Condemn those who feign superiority because of the color of their skin. Friends, hold friends accountable. Hold your family accountable. Hold yourself accountable. And most importantly, we must hold our authorities accountable. Police officers, politicians, policymakers. As Killer Mike said, bully the politicians at the voting booth. Make your voice heard. Attend a protest. Speak up against injustice. If you're white, if you look like me, use your privilege. And for those who do not think white privilege exists, you are fucking blind. You are delusional and you are part of the problem. I can count on 0 hands the amount of times that I have feared for my life at a routine traffic stop. That has never happened. Half of the reason I'm able to get away with some of my hooligan shit I do in my vlogs is because I'm a white kid. I'm confident that I do not have to fear for my life should the cops show up. Acknowledge and weaponize your privilege. I believe we're going to a protest today. You can bet your fucking ass I'll be in the front line. Knowing all this about America, its racially charged background, its inability to truly treat humans as equals, even after 244 years since its inception, we must now work towards finding the solution. And if you are an influencer or a celebrity friend of mine, I hope you are using your platform to continue to spread the message of solidarity and unity. I do not have all the answers, but I know we must now reverse engineer the system as a collective. We must open our eyes and realize that there is only one race, and that is the human race. On behalf of Breonna Taylor, we must change. On behalf of Ahmaud Arbery, we must advance. And on behalf of George Floyd and the hundreds of others who have been unjustly murdered in this country, we must evolve.
Okay, so that right there was Logan Paul. You know, his speech that he said. Now the reason why. First of all, this is old news. This actually happened last year, but the reason why his speech is being replayed again is because conservatives are upset that Logan Paul is using his platform to push anti-racism messages, and they feel like a white boy, talking about white privilege and white supremacy and how white people need to take accountability about the actions that they take is upsetting. Shows that maybe he is on the right foot, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm gonna just keep it real. This family, the whole Paul family, they've always used strategies and always used certain things to push their platform along, to push their agenda along. To me, I don't see it as serious. I don't take it serious. I could care less about that. But also on top of that, on top of everything else, a white boy now getting woke. Okay. Thank you for letting us know the same thing that we've been talking about for hundreds of years now. Okay, you acknowledge it. I'm not shying away from it. I'm not trying to diminish it, but thank you. Okay, you got your standing ovation. You're woke now. That's cool. At the end of the day, what are you gonna do to stop or prevent the systematic oppression that your people contributed to? You know what I mean? And this is for any white person listening to me. If you are the non-racist white person that is on the side of justice and you don't like to see non-white people experience, you know, atrocities and be controlled by white supremacy, the only thing that I would say that you guys can do, don't look at us like pity parties, don't look at us like, oh bendito, now I gotta take care. No, all y'all gotta do is let us know who the white supremacists are in your community, because you guys are in the meetings, you guys get privy to certain things that has been said and certain things that you guys hear. So you guys are right there. So let us know who the white supremacists are, and that will be that. That's all I can say. Let us know who the white supremacists are, and that will be that. I could care less how many books you've read, how many, if you're a woke female, how many black guys you've been with. I could care less about none of that. Okay, if you're a white dude, and I could care less how many black women you've been with. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about any hip hop songs that you know word by word. I don't care how many protests you've been in. I don't care how many lootings you stopped. I don't care how many police you recorded. I do not care about none of that, because white people have the ability to jump in and out of white supremacy whenever they feel like to, whenever they feel like they can, you know? So they have the ability, we do not. So the only thing I will ask my Caucasians, brothers and sisters, my Anglo peoples, that's the only thing I will ask is if you guys will just let us know who the white supremacists are. That's it. That's how I feel like you guys could contribute. Just let us know who the people we should be looking out for, because there's no map, there's no list of white supremacists. You know what I'm saying? There's none of that. There is none of that. So please let us know who the white supremacists are in your community, because doing all of this woke stuff, that don't mean a goddamn thing. There's been plenty of examples of white folks going into these little woke speeches and stuff, and then years later they turning coat, going into some alt-right bullshit. You know what I mean? I don't care about none of that. Let us know who the white supremacists are in your community. That's all I care about. Literally, that's all I care about, and that's everything we should care about. You feel what I'm saying? That's anything we should be caring about. Everything else is buffoonery. Anything else is buffoonery talk to me. That's the way I see it. I'm saying that's the way I see it. Anyway, moving on to the main topic. You know, I haven't done this in a minute. Last time it was a part 5. No, I'm sorry, part 6. You know, this is part 7. Dark history of Americans' war on Latin people. Murder of Santos Rodriguez. I haven't done this one in a minute, and I know my bad, guys. The last one was the Zoot Suit riots. That was episode 1 something, 107 I believe, or 104 or something like that. So 150, Jesus, 140 something episodes in. Now I'm, you know what I mean? But this is a series that I'm gonna definitely continue on going to and putting out. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give a huge shout out to Mexican Excellence. Again, me being a part of this, me doing this podcast, doing all this research and stuff, I don't know everything. Okay, I'm learning every day. The same thing with you guys. Okay, and this story about Santo Rodriguez, I didn't know nothing about. whatsoever. I didn't even know if it was a thing if it wasn't on her Instagram, which sparked me to go searching and investigating and researching, and come to find out everything that she said was spot on. And it's a little bit scary, because some of the things that I uncovered was eerie, a little bit eerie. So the reason why she posted what she posted is because the Dallas police officially, after 48 years, gave an apology from the city of Texas, and the Dallas Police Department gave an apology to the Rodriguez family. Okay. Why did it take 48 years? Who is Santos Rodriguez? What happened? Let me know. I don't know what's going on. I will definitely let you know. So I'm gonna give you guys the Cliff Notes, the super short version of it, and then I'm gonna explain everything. Basically, this all happens on July 24th of 1973 in Dallas, Texas. Police officer Daryl Kane murders the 12-year-old Mexican-American child called Santos Rodriguez by shooting him in the back of the head of a police car while playing Russian roulette with the kid. So that's basically what it is. I gave you the short version. Now you guys are probably saying, what? Russian roulette? I'm going to break it down. So this is basically what happened. Basically, right? All right. So on July 24th, 1973 at 2:10 a.m. in the morning, there was a burglary alarm in the gas station that went off. A back window was broken, and a cigarette machine was tampered with $8 missing from the cigarette machine. Officer Kane, the race soldier Kane, and his partner automatically went to Rodriguez's house. Automatically. All the details that I know are from old newspapers and a Wikipedia page, and some historical articles. The thing is, I don't know why until what I've been reading. I have no idea why they thought Santos and his brother had anything to do with it. It just said that they automatically went to his house, but all right. They automatically went to their house while they were sleeping. They handcuffed Santos and his brother, put him back of a police car. The race soldier Kane sits in the back seat. Santos sits in the passenger seat. The race soldier's partner is driving, and Santos's brother is in the back seat right next to Kane. Santos and his brother are both handcuffed. They drive to the gas station, and Kane decides to interrogate both the boys, but he's just interrogating Santos. And he decides to play Russian roulette with his .357 Magnum revolver. By the race soldier's account, he takes off all the bullets of his gun, spins the chamber, puts it back in on some cowboy Wild Wild West shit, puts the gun to the back of the kid's head and says, "Did you steal it? Did you break it?" and all this other stuff. He said no. The cop shoots the gun, nothing happens. Now they're scared, and he's like, "I'm gonna ask you again. What did you do it? Did you do it? Did you mind you, it's 2-something in the morning at this time. They were arrested in 2:30. So mind you, 2:10, those officers get there. 2:30, automatically they already got the suspects out of nowhere, right? And the last words of Santos was, "I am telling you the truth," and boom, gun goes off, killing Santos immediately, right in front of his brother. Both of the cops come out, and according to the race soldier Kane, he's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Oh my God, what have I done?" You know, and one of I have to believe his partner ended up vomiting outside of the vehicle because of what he did. The thing is, here's a little backstory of Daryl Kane. Daryl Kane has a history of shooting people. Believe it or not. He shot previously shot and killed an 18-year-old kid, Michael Moorhead, on April 20th, 1970, around 3:10 a.m. It looks like the morning is not good for this dude. 3:10 a.m. because Michael Moore and his I believe his accomplice were robbing a store, and according to the race soldier, Moore was fleeing the scene. Kane fired, and his partner fired 8 rounds. Kane fired 4, his partner fired 8. But witnesses and autopsy revealed that all of those shots were directed at the line of fire pointing down, not pointing straight, meaning that the victim was already in custody. He tripped and fell, and they shot him in the back multiple times, according to witnesses and according to the evidence. But guess what? Because of white supremacy, they didn't see this as an issue. Another Negro down, their lives don't matter, according to white supremacy. So Daryl Kane, you still have a badge, you still have a gun, not a problem. Keep on doing your thing. Good work. Right? So with his previous incident, not even incident, his previous, lust for blood, he thought that he'll be judge, jury, and executioner in this whole thing. And let's just throw the police manual out the window, and let me just use this .357 Magnum revolver as a toy and play Russian roulette and have the kid's life hang in the balance, right? Right when this happened, obviously, you can't just talk your way out of this, right? The aftermath and responses of this was insane. The Dallas police chief, Frank Dyson, filed charges of murder and malice against Kane in the same morning of the shooting. The bond was $5,000. It was set extremely low. A lot of people didn't like that, but it was set very, very low, to the point where he even posted bail and got out the same day. The thing is that the city saw this, the prosecutor saw this and said, no, we gotta increase the bail to $50,000 a couple of weeks later, but the courts denied it because they said the whole point of bail is to ensure that the person comes to court and actually comes to the days of the court. So again, he's getting leniency on this whole thing. But the aftermath was insane. There was massive protests because of this. Mexican Americans in the city of Dallas joined hand in hand. Black Americans joined in these protests with hand in hand, chanting justice for Santos, justice for Santos. Also talking about Michael Moorhead, his last person that he murdered. Everything was chaos up in Dallas, Texas. the Brown Berets actually joined the march and also joined the meeting with the city council of Dallas, Texas. And because the Brown Berets and all these other city councils and civil rights Mexican American leaders joined this whole thing, they were trying to come with a solution. And they wanted to wait to see if the grand jury was going to indict Cain, the race soldier, and they did. The thing is, the march was so impactful, the march turned into looting. Police cars were set ablaze. Police bikes were set ablaze. People were rioting and looting all up in the streets of Dallas, Texas. Stores were set ablaze. People went crazy. Because of this, the city said, if we're going to hold trial, we can't hold trial here in Dallas, Texas. We have to move it elsewhere, which they did. They moved it elsewhere. And this is what happened. The prosecutor basically said, you basically messed up. Everything that you did was not part of police protocol. You messed up and you just went out there to kill somebody. And the defense basically went on the defense of it was an accident that went awry. I'm sorry, I'm white, and I say so. That's basically what it was down. Let's keep it real. The thing is that his brother, Santos' brother, went to the testimony stand and they asked them very specifically if they saw Cain empty the gun of the .357 Magnum pistol that he was going to play Russian roulette with. He said he never saw him empty the .357 Magnum pistol. The race soldier's partner testified as well, Mr. Austin, Officer Austin, and said when he grabbed the gun of Cain after the shooting, he saw that there was live rounds inside with one empty one and one that was just fired, which collaborated with the story of the brother. Basically calling Cain a bullshit ass liar, right? And the cross-examination of this trial was pretty much, a win for the prosecution, not the defendant. But again, this is how white supremacy, plays into these situations, right? Because of this, Cain was found guilty of murder, but not of malice. But later on was found guilty of murder by malice by the judge. But because of that, Cain received 5 years in jail and got out by 2.5 years, which was complete BS. And when he got out, he was given $200 from the state of Texas, which is apparently routine for Texas prisoners, right? Apparently routine for that. But because of that, the family felt like they never got justice, and I 100% agree. They never got justice. For something so insanely cold-blooded, for something so insanely brazen, that somebody wanted to play with somebody's life by playing Russian roulette just for a murder. By the way, they even took fingerprints evidence and not DNA, but fingerprints evidence on the glass, the back door, and the cigarette machine, and none of them matched Santos or his brother or some of the people that they already suspected. None of them matched. So again, these people, because they were a bunch of white supremacists thinking that I could do whatever I want, and he was protected under the guise of white supremacy just 2 years, yeah, that's a slap on the wrist. That's basically saying, yeah, you could go ahead and do it again. You know what I'm saying? That's a slap in the wrist. Just 2 years for something like that. You know, and mind you, these kids, and they were kids. These kids were just targeted randomly. They're sleeping in their beds and just snatched up. My people, if you don't see the connection how we are targeted the same way as black folks, if you don't see how we are seen the same way as black folks by these white supremacists, then I don't know what will convince you. But Santos Rodriguez figured that one out, and it cost him his life. Now, because of that, the city of Dallas and the police department of Dallas, 48 years later, after the murder, they're apologizing to the family. Mind you, they're not gonna get the family back. By the way, that Ray Soldier Kane, that dude, that piece of work, he died in I think 91. No, wait, hold on. He died 2019. Good. So he died not too long ago. March 17, 2019. Good. Rest in piss. You know, you're taking a little boy's life. Rest in piss. Now, they apologize 48 years later, like that means anything. And they're thinking, no, they're actually putting a statue of Santos up around in the city of Dallas with the fingerprint of the mother on the palm of his hand. Again, symbolic gestures which mean nothing. How many times are our people going to get gunned down, have these people play with our lives because they don't see us the same way as humans, and they just walk away like nothing happened, or just a little good two years of vacation, and we get statues, holidays, and just some, I'm sorry, oops, my bad. How many times? Because the way I see it is that, one, these people don't care about us. These people treat us the same way how they treat black folks. That's the way I see it. That's the same way how I see it. And what we have to understand is, this is something that I didn't even know about. It took, shout out to Mexican Excellence. It took Mexican Excellence to put this out for me to even be aware of it. And it basically proves everything I've always said. That white supremacy is ruling every activity that we do on an everyday basis. Historically, it is showing us that they see us the same way as black people without exception. Without any exception. And if y'all don't see that, then I don't know what to tell y'all. Y'all must be blind, deaf, and dumb. You know what I mean? Y'all must be blind, deaf, and dumb. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Remember, I have merch available. Go to radicallatino.com and go to the merch spot. Click on whichever one or the link to the whole store, and you will guys will definitely get straight to that. Or go to the link down below on the details section of the podcast. Go there. If you want to donate to your boy, remember, $ Radical Latino on Cash App. If you want to donate to me, you know, through my website, radicallatino.com, go to the donate tab and you could do it from there. If you want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Instagram and Twitter, both of them in the same name, Radical_Latino_. And I'm going to leave you guys with my 2 favorite quotes. I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. And if black and brown unity doesn't happen in my lifetime, I might not change the world, but I might inspire the mind that will. With that being said, I'm going to catch y'all later. Peace.